Hi, I'm Chris Said, Los Angeles criminal defense attorney, and welcome to CBS Law, where we deliver results, not promises. Let's talk about what to do if you or a loved one find yourself charged with battery in Los Angeles. First, the most common battery charges we find are two. One is a simple battery, which is a violation of Penal Code Section 242. Now, how does one violate that section? Well, first, that you touch someone in a harmful or offensive way without their consent. Now, that's a misdemeanor, and the consequences of violating that statute are up to 180 days in county jail at halftime, which means the most you can do is 90 days in county jail. The second most common battery charge we see in Los Angeles is a violation of Penal Code Section 243D. Now, 243D is a much more serious charge and it involves battery with serious bodily injury. How do you violate that? Well, first, you touch someone in a harmful or offensive manner without their consent, resulting in a serious bodily injury. Well, what does that mean? That generally is going to mean broken bones, a cut or laceration requiring stitches, a loss of consciousness, impairment or function of an organ, or even disfigurement. Now, that offense is a felony strike offense carrying with it up to 4 years in state prison at halftime. That could also be charged as a lesser offense or a misdemeanor carrying up to 364 days in county jail at halftime. Now, what do you do if you find yourself being investigated or charged with battery? Well, first and foremost, you have to not make any statements to the police. You have to invoke your right against self-incrimination. Also, you can't talk about the case with anyone, whether they work for law enforcement or not. So that means family, friends, online social media. A little known fact most people don't know. Any statement you make about a crime to anyone who isn't your attorney can and will be used against you by the police. So that means an innocuous conversation with a friend or just telling your dad what happened, the police very well may be listening in and can then use your statements against you. The only time your statements are protected is when you're speaking to your attorney, because then they're covered by attorney-client privilege. The second thing you need to do is you need to call CBS Law, because we're going to immediately get to work using our investigators to speak to witnesses, document your injuries, collect evidence like surveillance tapes to be able to frame your case for a self-defense charge or mistaken identity. So you need to call CBS Law at 213-800-8005, and together we'll get your life back.